My name is Ellen Thompson. I'm the Senior Program Officer for Reducing Stockouts here at the Reproductive Health Supplies Coalition. And we're really excited about this webinar today. In our last System Strengthening Working Group meeting that we had here in DC in May, one of the things that came out of that meeting or lessons learned was that, we have a number of resources and activities and work streams going on that, that don't have a lot of visibility, or that, we're looking to sort of get the word out about these resources and about our work, because, having input from a broader swath of the community would be helpful in increasing utilization of these tools and improving sort of the quality of the work that we're doing together as a coalition. And so this is the first in what we're hoping will be a series of webinars of tools from the coalition. And so today we have Rebecca Alban here from John Snow Incorporated, who will be talking about our laptop tool. And just before we get started, we're going to, or before I turn it over to Rebecca, I just wanted to let you know, so we apologize for the technology snafu last week. We think that we've worked out the kinks. But the way the format for today is that we're going to have Rebecca present first, and we'll ask you to hold your questions until the end of her presentation. And so after she has presented, or if you have a question in the meantime, you can type it in, if you don't want to forget it, you can type it into the chat box, which is in that, on the right-hand side of your screen. There's a place where you can ask questions, and we can just hold those questions until the end. And so then we'll have an opportunity. We're going to do a live poll after the presentation, so you'll see a poll pop up with one question for you guys to answer, and then we'll have an opportunity for Q&A. And so and there'll be and we'll talk a little bit more about, there's a button where you can raise your hand if you have a question or comment, but otherwise, or you can plug it into the chat box, and we'll do our best to manage sight unseen. So all right. With that, I'm going to turn it over to Rebecca to tell us a little bit more about laptop.
Thank you, Ellen, and thank you everyone here for joining us today for our webinar about laptop. I know we have attendees from all over the world today, so we're especially grateful that you're able to join us. As Ellen said, my name is Rebecca Alban, and I work with the USA Deliver Project as a program officer for capacity building. And I work specifically on a team of people who manage and maintain the laptop database. So that's why I'm here today, to walk you through some of the basics of the laptop database and to show you how you can use it in your work in supply chain logistics. So before I launch into my presentation, I just wanted to give you a brief outline of how the conversation today will go. First, I will give a brief description of laptop and tell you a little bit about how it can be beneficial to you in your work. Then we'll talk about the types of information, the actual data points that are available on laptop. And then I'll go into a quick hands-on demonstration of how to actually use laptop. So I'll go to the site and walk you through the different steps of how you could use it. And then I will talk about some proposed upgrades for the laptop database that we hope will be enacted soon. And then we will talk about laptop scholarships, which is an exciting opportunity that I wanted to share with anyone that has not already heard about it. And then lastly, we will do some question and answer. As Ellen said, we'll use the webinar function to take questions and answers at the very end. So I wanted to start things off today by just defining laptop for anyone who's never heard of it or used it. Laptop is a searchable online database which lists professional development opportunities for supply chain professionals. And the word laptop itself is an acronym that stands for Learning and Professional Training Opportunities. So whether you work in supply chain management at the central level, the facility level, or at the international level, we know that there's always room for you to grow and to build your professional capacity. Laptop is a place that you can go online and search for those types of opportunities, like trainings, certificate courses, degree programs, any type of professional development opportunity along those lines. And all of these opportunities are conveniently compiled into this database, which is Laptop. Our aim is for Laptop, the database itself, to be sort of the go-to resource for supply chain professionals that are looking for training opportunities. The database itself contains about over 250 training opportunities related to supply chain management, and those are opportunities in English, French, Spanish, and a selection of other languages as well. More than 65 course providers are actually represented in Laptop, and courses in Laptop are offered in over 30 countries. So we have quite good global coverage listed in the database. We do update the database regularly to ensure that the information stays current and accurate. One of the great things about Laptop is that it's accessible online, meaning that it is free of cost to use. It can be accessed for any time, anywhere, and all you need is an internet connection. The Laptop database is housed on the Reproductive Health Supplies Coalition website. So that's how you would access it. You'd simply go to the coalition's website, which is www.rhsupplies.org. And you can also look at the link listed on your screen now. And when you go to the RHSC website, you find their resources and tools section, and you click on Laptop. And I'll show you how to do this in the demonstration momentarily. And just a quick historical side note, that Laptop was originally developed by a company called John Snow, Inc., using funding provided by the Reproductive Health Supplies Coalition, and is currently administered by the International Association of Public Health Logisticians, otherwise known as IAPHL. So as you can see, we have a sort of a collaboration of organizations working together to maintain Laptop, but most importantly for you is to know that the database is housed under the Reproductive Health Supplies Coalition's website, and that's how you would find it. So you may be thinking to yourself, how can Laptop benefit me and my colleagues? For me, I would say the principal benefit of Laptop is that it provides instant information at your fingertips about the professional development opportunities that are out there for you and your colleagues working in supply chain management. Again, it's really easy to access and to use and to actually download information into your own computer, and I'll show you how that can be done during our site demonstration. The information within Laptop can help you to find training opportunities that really match your needs. It has information on a variety of course types, such as courses that are offered online, lists courses specifically that have discounts, courses in particular languages, so that whatever your learning needs are, or your practical needs are in terms of language requirements, costs, etc., Laptop should be able to help you to find the professional development opportunity that really meets your needs. And we encourage you to spread the word about Laptop. Encourage your colleagues to check it out. So again, the website is on the screen here for you to share at your leisure. So now I'm going to talk about the types of courses in Laptop. In terms of their technical variety, we do span a number of technical areas. There are quite a few courses that offer broad introductory courses in supply chain management that we call Supply Chain 101 courses. But there are also many courses that have a specific technical focus on topics like procurement, forecasting, inventory management, transportation, warehousing, program management, and supply chain financing. Most of the courses offered in Laptop are not commodity specific per se, but there are some that specify a particular commodity focus, such as a particular course on HIV and TB products. One question that we do frequently get is that is Laptop only for people working in reproductive health? Does it only focus on reproductive health commodities? And the answer to that question is no. The courses on Laptop cater to people who work in all different areas of supply chain logistics and not focused on reproductive health at all. There are a wide range of commodity groups represented in the courses, so I just wanted to clear up any confusion around that this is not reproductive health specific. Some of the courses are offered for open enrollment for anyone to join, but some are geared towards specific target audiences. For example, a specific target audience may be program managers, or other courses may be more geared toward practitioners or facility level managers. So that's something to keep an eye out for. There are more advanced courses that do have prerequisite levels of experience or education required before you enroll with them also. So to continue with the type of courses, there are a variety of formats that the courses come in. They vary in terms of the duration of course, the cost of the course, and the learning modalities involved with the course. And there is enough variety that there should be something for everyone who is looking for a professional development opportunity. There are courses that range from a one-day workshop all the way through week-long courses or even a semester-long degree program. Some of the courses will offer things like certificates, or organizing bodies will have certified the course, and some do not. In terms of the learning modalities involved in the courses, some are offered online, others will require in-person attendance, and others may also require a practicum element, and those tend to be the longer degree programs that have those practicum elements involved. So I just wanted to summarize by saying that Laptop does offer a little bit of everything, and it's really up to you, the user, to decide what your priorities are, what your learning needs are, and to be able to select the opportunity that's right for you. So now that I've briefly just summarized what Laptop is, I wanted to show you what it looks like and go on a quick site tour. So let me get over to that. So this is the Laptop main page, and for me to show you quickly just how you would get to it, if you didn't have the direct link, you would go to the Reproductive Health Supplies Coalition website, like this. You would scroll down to find their resources and tools link. Click on that, and scroll down to find Laptop. So that's another way that you can get to Laptop indirectly if you do not have the link. Okay, so what we're looking at here is the main page for the Laptop. This is showing you their main menu, and it has a list of options here for how you can search for courses. As you can see, there are options to search for courses specifically by target audience, by the location, by the institution offering the course, language, cost, etc. There's lots of different ways to search. So for our purposes right now, I will start by showing you the searchable course database, which is the first option with the magnifying glass. So I'll click on that magnifying glass to load our searchable course database. And here we have it. First, I would just like to draw your attention to the number in the bottom right-hand corner here, the 255. That tells us that there are currently 255 entries or different courses in the Laptop database. So in order to search for a course, you would go to the bottom left-hand side where you see a magnifying glass icon, and that is what enables you to search for a course. You can see by going up to the top drop-down box that you can search for courses by name, by the fee, by the institution, location, etc. So you have a number of options for how you would search for courses. Let's just do an example and say that we want to find a course about procurement. So I will type the word procurement and look for course names that contain procurement. And I click on Find. And now I see, if I look in the bottom right-hand corner, the number has changed to 34. So that tells us that of all of the courses, 34 of them fit the criteria that we've put in that have procurement in their name. If I now want to further my search, I can click on course fee, and that will actually filter the courses by the price that they're offered for. So I click on the course fee header, and all of a sudden my 34 courses are now arranged according to their price. Another option, if you want to manipulate this data any further, would be to export it into Excel. And you can do that by clicking on the icon in the lower left-hand corner where it says Export to Excel. So to find more specific details of a course, you would actually just double-click on any of the entries that you see. If you see a particular course that interests you, so I'm interested in going to South Africa and taking a procurement course, I will double-click on the course that says Procurement and Materials Management. So I hover over that title, and I double-click on it to get more information. And now I'm faced with a whole host of topics and subtopics that tell me basically it's key contact information for the course. So I have the location, web address, contact information for the people who are in charge of this course. And then further down, you see that you have course objectives, course topics, the total time commitment required for the course, information such as whether there's a certificate offered, the attendance mode, and very importantly, the cost of what's included in that course cost. So this is really the meat of the data in Laptop. This is really the most important type of information that you'll find in Laptop is the course details. And without going into each individual detail, I will just say that it has all of the relevant contact information and course information that will allow you to choose the right course and also to contact the institution and go ahead and enroll in the course. So just to go back, I will use the Go Back icon in the upper right corner to return back to my database. Okay, so now we're back and we have our whole database of 255 courses again. So now let's do another search and pretend that you're not interested in procurement courses anymore. Now we're more concerned with cost. So I'll go back to my magnifying glass in my lower left-hand corner and change my search to search by course fee. Let's say in this case I want to find a course that is less than $750. So the way you would do that is to search by course fee, change the second option to is less than, and then I will type in 750 in the blank space and click on Find. So that it will change my search. So now we've got a group of courses that have popped up. If we look in the lower right-hand corner, we see our number has changed again, and now we see 84. And that tells us that there are 84 courses in the database that are less than $750. You may notice that for some courses, the course fee is listed as 0, and that means the course is free. That happens a lot, particularly with our online courses that are listed here. There are lots of online courses that come at no cost. If the course fee space is blank, that does not necessarily mean the course is free. It means that either the course fee varies quite frequently or that we were not able to determine the cost of that course. So that means in those cases, if you're interested in that course, you should contact the course provider directly to find out what that cost is. At any time, you can press the Reload Restore button in the bottom left-hand corner to restore the full database, to get back to our full 255 course list. So we've done a search, and now we want to go back. I'll go to the Reload and Restore Database button. So just again to mention about exporting course information, there's the option to export into Excel. There's also an option right next to that to export into a PDF as well, if that's easier for you to send in an email or to manipulate that way. And what you will be exporting is the information that you're currently seeing here. You will not be exporting all of the course details for every course. You'll be exporting the course name, fee, institution, location, and language, all of the things that you see on the table currently. So that's the searchable course database in a nutshell. And what I want to do now is just to go back to the menu that we started with and show you a different way to search for courses, which is using lists. So this is the main laptop menu, again, that we started with. And these are the different lists that group course by category. Lists are easy to use and easy to scroll through, but the difference is that you cannot search and sort with them as we did with the searchable course database. It's just really preset lists. So just to give you a sense of what one looks like, let's say we'll search courses by target audience. And what we'll see is all the courses grouped by target audience. So facility manager is one of our target audiences, and we have all the courses that are geared toward facility managers are listed under this category. Another group is practitioners. So then if you were to scroll through, you would have all of the different target audiences represented in that list, and you'd be able to search for courses that way. So that's how the lists work. And the last thing I wanted to show you was to give you a sense of how the laptop database is updated and maintained. At the bottom of our main menu, we have an area for course providers. And this is where a course provider would go if they wanted to add one of their courses to the database, or if they wanted to update information for a course of theirs that's already on the database. These are links to Google Forms that they would fill out. The information would be transferred to us, and then we would then input it in the database. So if anyone listening is a course provider, that's how you would get your course listed on the database itself. And over to the right, we have a list of newly added courses, just to keep people current and show them what's new on laptop. These are new courses that have been added most recently. And you can click on those to get the course details. So that's the gist of it. For now, we'll complete our site tour. If there are any other questions about how to do things on the database, you can ask me later in the Q&A session. But let's just finish up our presentation first. So on our laptop team, we do our best to ensure that laptop continues to be a useful, practical, and easy-to-use tool. And we do have a few ideas up our sleeve as to how laptop could be improved as a tool. One of those ideas is to create more opportunities for people who have taken courses on laptop to offer their feedback and to actually rate courses or leave comments for courses and tell people what they liked and what they didn't like about it. And this upgrade, we hope, would make laptop a more interactive and dynamic tool and would provide more information to help people make decisions about which courses they want to take. It would make laptop look a little more like a TripAdvisor setup, where you would have commentary from users and engage in those types of interactions. So that's one thing to keep an eye out for. Another idea we had was to improve the search function so that there's more flexibility and ability to search for more than one keyword at a time. As you saw on the site tour, currently we use drop-down boxes to search for different keywords, but we were hoping to make the search more like a Google search. And we also hope to continue to maintain the strong involvement of our course providers to encourage them to keep the information current, because at this point we really do depend on them to provide us their course information, so that the more they're involved, the better quality our data will be. So those are a few upgrades we hope to see implemented in the coming months. And last but not least, I wanted to give you some exciting news that laptop scholarships are available. The Reproductive Health Supplies Coalition is actually giving away 5 scholarships for the sum of $2,500 each to pay towards training courses offered by any institution listed on the laptop database. And this, I think, is a really great opportunity for supply chain professionals who are interested in pursuing further professional development, but they don't have the funds themselves to pay for those courses. So this, again, this scholarship can be applied toward any of the 255 courses listed on the laptop database. So there are lots of options for how that money could be spent based on your professional interests. One eligibility requirement I will say is that applicants must be from a developing country. And in order for you to apply for that scholarship, you would go to the laptop website and follow the application guidelines that pop up. I can actually show you what that would look like. So when you go to the site itself, the first thing you'll see is a pop-up message like this. And you would click on the Apply Now and follow those instructions. And ultimately, you will be sending your application to the email address listed on the slide here, hpandian@rhsupplies.org. And just a quick note that the application deadline is actually October 3rd, which is tomorrow. So that doesn't give a ton of time, but luckily the application process is not super involved. I think it's very doable to put together in a day and have it in by tomorrow. So we hope that you will take advantage of this great opportunity. And that brings us to the end of our presentation. So I think I'll turn it back over to Ellen to take questions.
Hi, thank you very much, Rebecca. That was great. And just to follow up on the scholarships, we're very thankful to Bayer Healthcare to helping support those scholarships. This is, I believe, the second time we've been able to offer them, and our feedback from the last set of laptop scholars was, I know that at least one of them received a promotion at his work as a result of the training that he received using the scholarship. So so we're very excited to be able to offer this opportunity. So you should have seen a quick poll popping up on your screens asking, from where did you learn about this laptop webinar? As I said, this is a new sort of approach that we're using to get the word out about our tools. If you could just, it's a quick selection, did you hear about us through the RHSC listserv? We also sent it out on the IAPHL, and it also got tweeted in Facebook as well, or maybe there's somewhere else. So go ahead and take a minute to answer that. We'd really appreciate it. And so with that, we thought we'd open it up for questions. And so there's the way we're going to do questions is you can enter them into the chat box in the GoToWebinar sort of panel on the right-hand side of your screen. There's an orange button that at the top that can hide or show that panel, and then so you'll want to click on that to make sure it's showed, that you can see it on your screen, and that you can enter a question into the chat. Otherwise, you can raise your hand. There's a button, a blue button on that panel, on the sort of little side panel on the side panel, that says raise your hand, and so you can raise your hand, and then we can go ahead and open up the phone line so you can ask it, verbally as well. So with that, do we have any questions from the audience? So, so we don't have any questions at the moment. So I thought I'd chip in with one. So Rebecca, you said that laptop covers, you know, was it over 30 countries or courses from over 30 countries? Are there, you know, do you have any more information on sort of, you know, regionally where we might find those courses?
There's quite a broad range. We do have a lot of courses from Latin America that are represented that offer courses in Spanish language. But we also have a good selection of courses from other areas such as Africa and Asia as well. There are also a number of training institutions that are based in different cities out of Western Europe that offer a lot of the Francophone courses. So you'll have a little bit of everything. But there are a number of institutions that are based out of Africa, Sub-Saharan Africa, Western Africa, and at least one large training institution in India as well that I can think of. So it's a large swath of geographical courses that we have, yeah.
Okay, and you know, I can't, and another question is I know that it, you know, can be expensive or difficult to travel to do some of these courses in person. You know, how many courses do you have online, and have you had any feedback about, you know, accessing these courses from different places?
There's actually quite a broad selection of courses that are online. I don't know the exact number, but I would say maybe 30 or 40 that I can think of that would be listed on the database that are free of charge. That many of those, I would say, are introductory level supply chain management 101 type courses that would give basic logistics functioning information. But there are also some that are more technically specific that are also offered online. So for anyone that has a decent internet connection, those would be a really good option for courses that you could take at your own pace and have a really good quality distance learning experience. There are a few others that are a little bit more focused that would not necessarily be taken at your own pace. You would take them with a group of people. You take them along with a cohort. So there's a variety of courses that are online too for that.
Okay, thanks. So Rebecca, I have a question here from Numfor. He says, I just completed my application for the laptop scholarship. Which address should he submit his application to?
I can go back to the slide to show you the email address to make sure that we get all the applications to the right place. The address again is hpandian@rhsupplies.org. So I'll be showing that on your screen. hpandian@rhsupplies.org. So all scholarship applications should be sent to that email address by October 3rd.
Okay, great. Yeah, good luck with that one, Numfor. So I have a question here from Alice asking if we could see the PowerPoint of this presentation. So I guess, Rebecca, is this going to be available after?
I'm happy to share it with anyone that is interested. What do you think the best way for me to do that would be?
Yeah, so we'll send out the PowerPoint. We saw that actually it was a pretty close split between who heard about this webinar from the coalition listserv versus who heard about it from the IAPHL. So we'll plan to send out the PowerPoint information. And I should also mention that we are recording this. So and this is the first time we've used this technology, so we're hoping to make the recording of this webinar available as well.
Great, thanks, Ellen.
Okay. Well, I don't think we have any more questions. We apologize if this wasn't able to happen last week, and we're glad that those of you will be who were able to join us, and we will be sending out those links so that it would be helpful to get the word out to those of your colleagues out in the field or in country offices. So we do have another question from John that says, for some people it's a little late to apply. Will this scholarship be available next year? That is a good question, John. As you know, with all of these things, it really depends on availability of funding. And so right now, obviously we've had some success in terms of the scholarships that were offered previously, and we're hoping to sort of see similar results with the scholarships we're offering this time around. But unfortunately, there's no guarantee from our donor that we'll be able to make this scholarship again next year. So I really encourage you to take a little extra time today or tonight to put together your application to try to get it in this round. And obviously, if we can show demand this time, then maybe maybe we'll be able to go back to the donor and say that there really is demand for this sort of thing. Can we provide these scholarships again? But again, there's no guarantee. Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much, everybody. We really appreciate you taking the time to join the webinar, and I'd like to thank Rebecca for putting together the presentation and coming to speak with us about laptop. Thanks again, and I hope everyone enjoys the rest of the day wherever you are.